The millionaire's dilemma, love or gold diggers. Whether you are wealthy or young and ambitious and you might not have that much money yet, this video is going to be useful to you because we're going to talk about gold diggers. We're going to talk about being able to identify genuine interest and what you have to screen for in a healthy relationship. We're going to talk about being able to communicate your personality in such a way that you'll attract the right type of target audience. And we're going to talk about being able to read her signals and whatever else comes to my mind during this video. So first of all, you have to understand that all women like money, like all people like money. Of course, everybody likes financial security. That's fine. The difference between a gold digger and a woman who's really interested in you because of who you are and who just happens to also like financial stability is the fact that their main motivator for being with you is either your personality or the money. That is, by definition, the difference for somebody who's just digging for gold or somebody who's digging for your personality, who digs your personality in a sense, if you will. Now, again, all women like financial stability, but the right women, which I would say, well, the right women and most women, there's a bit of a difference. But the woman who's right for you, she won't care that much about money. I can go to the other side of Ireland, spend a couple of €1,000 with Fernanda over 2 nights in a hotel, and she's happy. But she'll be equally happy if I go for a walk through the city center in Dublin and she gets to show me off to the world as her boyfriend or fiance. She's equally happy if we order takeaway or go to a really expensive restaurant. She just doesn't care. She inherently is not that excited by fancy things. I'm the fancy bitch of the relationship. I like going to fancy restaurants, ordering the steak. I like that. I think that's fun. It's not the most important thing in life at all. It's friendships, it's relationships, it's doing something you're excited about, it's engaging in life, be that martial arts, personal development, meeting women, running your business, rock climbing, CrossFit, sauna, whatever it is. That's what it's ultimately about. But obviously I enjoy some of those things every now and then. But she just doesn't care. Fernanda really doesn't care about these things. And that's a beautiful thing. And I want you to understand that the internet can deceive you. The internet might sometimes falsely give you the impression that all women are gold diggers because, pardon me, there's a bunch of podcasts these days, and much respect to most of them, not all, but most of them do really good work. Most of them do really good work because they educate men. Now, the problem is podcasts go viral. They want to go viral, and then other people clip shit up, and then it goes viral on the internet. And the stuff that goes viral is the most controversial stuff. So you might falsely get the impression that all women are just crazy. There's no good women left. There's no women with real values who are actually interested in you. And they're just going to come to take your money. It's not even worth it to get married anymore. All this type of nonsense. And again, whether you want to get married in a way where you involve the state, whether you want to get a prenup or not, whether you want to maybe just have a civil union and you don't want to get married, that is completely up to you. But long-term committed relationships are still absolutely beautiful. And there's more than enough women out there who would love to be in a healthy relationship on eye level with you. So that's the first thing we have to talk about. Now, how can you spot a gold digger? Well, does she ask you about your income? Some women, they'll just ask you, so how much money do you make? They'll ask you questions around your business that are quite detail-oriented. She might expect dinner as a first date. If she expects dinner for a first date, she's immediately disqualified. Now, that is not to say that you can never do dinner as a first date. I would always recommend just drinks, alcohol-free drinks. But if she insists on dinner as a first date, she's instantaneously disqualified. Let me tell you something for a fact. I've done this now with men from 32 countries, from all around the world. Help them find the right girlfriend, wife, get more high-quality male friends, get a better social life in general. No normal woman on earth will demand a steak to be able to entertain your presence. That is not normal behavior. Now, some might say they'll prefer a coffee over drinks. Fine, fair enough. But most of the time, the normal behavior is that every woman who you're going to meet on a dating app, on Instagram, social circle, or through an approach, they have no issue meeting you at a bar for alcoholic or alcohol-free drinks on a first date. Then Is she asking for presents? Well, you know what? I was actually looking at these handbags. When she talks about things or handbags or clothing in a way where it's not, maybe some of them are just gonna outright ask you to buy them stuff, which obviously, well, let me tell you something. If you can't read those flags, then you're so lost that I can't even help you anymore. I could probably still help you, but for fuck's sake, come on, read the signs. But then some are going to be a little bit more indirect. They'll say, you know what, I was looking at these handbags. And you're saying, well, yeah, no problem, because maybe financially it doesn't bother you yet, or you're young and ambitious and you don't have that much money yet, and you're trying to impress her, and you think money's going to do the job, and then you buy her a handbag. I know somebody who was dating a woman for 2 to 3 months, and then who had 8K in the bank, and bought her a handbag for 2,000 euros. Somebody who was starting his own business, has 8K in the bank, and then he buys her a handbag for 2,000 euros, and I ask him, what are you doing? And do you know what he says to me, this delusion? He goes, well, what would I need the money for anyway? Anything else, give it to your mother, give it to a homeless person, invest it in your business, invest it in supplements, invest it in literally anything else other than a fucking handbag for the girl. It doesn't make her respect you anymore at all. Money will never keep the right women interested in you. Never. There's too many rich men who are getting cheated on. And even the initial attraction that it might create is only created by the wrong women. Women who get these Bambi eyes. When they hear that you have a certain lifestyle, they're the wrong ones for you. The right ones try to flex your watch and be disappointed. If you ever want to be truly disappointed, flex your watch, flex your car, flex any material good, and watch how little she cares. The right ones do not give a solitary shit about it. Up until a certain point where your needs for some financial security are met. So those are a couple of the characteristics that you have to look for when it comes to a gold digger. They'll talk about money. They'll ask for favors. They'll ask you to pay for stuff. And also, sometimes, to be honest, this is going to sound a little controversial, you can just look at them. You can look at them and you can tell, she probably falls in that category. Now, sometimes not at all. But a ridiculously high extent of body dysmorphia. If somebody changes her body too much, not a little bit, but too much plastic surgery on their face, their boobs, or their ass, the more body dysmorphia, the higher the probability there's something wrong with her. Okay? I'm not saying something wrong with her in the sense that she couldn't get help. Anybody can get help. Anybody can transform themselves into who they really want. I genuinely believe that. But the more natural the beauty is, the better. Now, do I have a problem with plastic surgery? No. If it's done well, amazing. Well done plastic surgery is amazing. But if it's a bit too much, that's already a sign in of itself. And then another one is, how much does she care about branded items? Because, now this is not to say that all women who wear branded items are immediately disqualified. No problem at all. There's really no issue with you giving her that. But her being a little bit too excited by that is going to lead to an issue, because it doesn't matter how much money you have or how little money you have. That's not a game you'll ever win, because there's always someone with more. The right one should be somebody who's genuinely interested in you. So that's important. These are a couple of things that you have to keep in mind when it comes to looking for a gold digger. Now, how do you communicate your personality in a way that you'll disqualify the ones who are not interested in you? Oops, getting a call. All right. Address that one later. And how can you tailor your communication so that you'll attract the right ones? Because that's what you want to do. That's what good communication is. Good communication is, in essence, the repelling of the wrong people and the attraction of the right people. You want to be able to communicate so radically honestly that it becomes abundantly clear that you will not accept certain types of behaviors. That just has to be clear beyond any shadow of a doubt. She has to understand that if I'm going to be with this man, this is what life is going to look like. Now, obviously not in a dictatorial fashion, but I would say I'll be working this many hours. This much or this little. This much work, this much free time. There's certain non-negotiables. Rock climbing, fitness, jiu-jitsu, CrossFit, whatever it happens to be that you're in. You will never compromise on time with your male best friends, work, whatever. Now, if you happen to be in a position where you happen to have a lot of free time, that's also amazing. But still, if you're running, whatever it is, these are certain things you can never compromise on. Because she might reward you for it in the beginning, but in the long term, she'll resent you. This is a very important principle that you have to understand. Women will reward you for something in the short term that they're going to punish you for in the long term. They might reward you for over-investing in the beginning, but they'll resent you and lose respect for you in the long term. And then attraction is decreased, and you wonder why she gets a wandering eye, why she says, I just don't feel this spark anymore. Well, because of your communication. That's exactly what led to that. So let her know how you choose to live life. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm excited about. Talk to her about your goals. A really important one, by the way, when it comes to the right target audience who don't care too much about money. You cannot brag. Okay? Now, you can talk about achievements, but it's much better to talk about your current goals because, let's face it, achievements are already in the past. Obviously, you can talk about it. You can talk about it with a degree of charming boldness, with a childlike excitement. That's always fun. That's always innocent. Nobody's going to call that bragging. But don't brag. And I've seen it over the years. People who have money, they always like to talk about the fact that they have it, and it's cool to do that with your male friends. It's fine. It's all right. It's no problem. It's amazing. You earned it. It's great. But don't do it with women. It's the most disgusting behavior. It is so pathetic. Watch her attraction die within seconds when you brag. When you start listing achievements, be that off in a financial way or financial nature, that's the word I was looking for, or of anything. Instead, talk about your goals. Obviously, talk about what you want and where you're going. Sorry, what you want in terms of, rather what you have, pardon me, talk about what you have, but most importantly, talk about where you're going. What are you excited about? Because in order for you to feel excitement, you need a tomorrow that's better than today. The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. You need a tomorrow that's better than today. So what are your goals? Where are you going? Because remember, women value ambition more than current success. If you want to retain her, you have to be somebody who is alive, who's energetic. It doesn't matter what you have achieved up until this point. That's the good news for everybody who's listening who doesn't have that much money. It doesn't matter. You can never let yourself go because your energy is going to die. You need to have something that you're excited about, be that a charity, be that your career, the next level in your business, your health, your hobby, something. There has to be something you're truly passionate about that you're living out on a daily basis because she needs to see this guy is going somewhere. Women value ambition more than current success. So the more you can talk about what you're ambitious about, what you're actually excited about, what you're going for, that is something they're truly going to tolerate. And, no, sorry, not tolerate, but respect. And they look at you like, wow, this guy, he's doing shit. He's somebody who hasn't just peaked and now it's downhill from here. Big belly, won't take care of his appearance anymore, won't make love to me as good, won't be there for the children, or just let himself go. No woman wants that. She wants to see, whoa, that you're doing shit. And even if she may be upset sometimes, that you might have to say, I'd love to meet with you tonight, but I'm meeting with my friends, or I have CrossFit, or I have a business meeting. Even though she might be temporarily disappointed in the moment, she will actually respect it because obviously any man who's doing something cool with his life that other people are benefiting from, hopefully won't be available all of the time. So these are all components that fall under the third point, I believe it was, that I mentioned when it comes to communicating your personality in a way that it attracts the right type of target audience. So let me summarize. If you talk about what you've achieved, childlike excitement, like charming excitement that you're actually excited about. Yeah, got it. Nobody can view that in a negative light because it's childlike innocence. Just if a child achieves something, you wouldn't get angry or you wouldn't just look down upon the child because it's excited. So if you do it with like childlike excitement with a bright light in your eyes, that's fine. But it's much better to just downplay it. That's actually a really good strategy. It tells you, what if you just, yeah, it's fine. How's business going? So you're doing good? Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. And then you're just like, yeah, it's fine. It's cool. It's cool. Anyway, let's not talk about money. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about something that's more exciting. That is much better. And then if she asks again, and then you tell her, boom, it's way more impactful because she insisted on the answer. If you downplay it, and then she asks a second, perhaps a third time, and then you tell her. Now, you should tell her on the second time because I've also seen it where men with clients of mine over the years who happen to be very, very well off, they sometimes then just make it a mystery for no reason because you think you have to be mysterious for her to like you. No, mystery is a natural part of getting to know each other. So mystery continuously fades. Obviously, you won't tell her everything in the beginning, but if she insists on knowing something, now obviously if you don't want to tell her something, that's perfectly fine. But if it's something normal, then obviously you can tell her. Just don't tell her the first time, like, yeah, it's fine. She's like, no, really tell me. Okay, well, it's this. But anyway, let's just talk about something else. Because who wants to talk about like money? That's just boring stuff. So like, what are you excited about? Like what hobbies do you actually care about? Not just this. Okay, well, and then you get into something that's way more interesting where you create a degree of romantic tension. You create a man-to-woman connection. You center the conversation around you and her, not just the thing itself. That's very, very important. Now, when it comes to reading her signals as to whether she's truly interested in you or not, I want to keep this video a little bit shorter. I actually have a different video on my YouTube channel called 7 Signs She's Interested in You. Watch that. If you want me to help you personally find the right girlfriend, a wife, or life partner, apply for a free initial consultation call. During that call, we're going to take a look at your individual situation, look at exactly what you need to be able to make that happen. And yeah, we'll take a look at your situation. Would be very honored to be able to speak with you. Fill out that application. Talk soon.